welcome to the start of today's doubleheader coverage of Pride Day for Chicago House AC. The women are up first as they take on FC Milwaukee Torrent, and I am joined by Torrent head coach Andreas Davi. Coach, a strong start for your team this season once again, 3 wins from 3. What have you liked most about the way this team has begun the summer?
It's the way we play in general, the way we scored the goals. They're very well played goals. We're very disciplined in our formation, balance all around, and I'm very happy so far for the start of the beginning, and we're not even complete yet.
When you look at your guys' roster, obviously something that jumps off the page is you've got a lot of Marquette Golden Eagles, you've got a lot of UW Panthers on this, UW Milwaukee Panthers on this roster. How big of a help is it to you that when you're starting each summer, you're importing that chemistry that those groups of players already have?
Well, it's good for the chemistry in general with inside the team that you have from each school, like 5 players. But I'm telling you, it's not there. More and more Wisconsin girls are going out, and that has to do also with the coaches at those 2 colleges. They're not local anymore, So it changed a little bit. What has benefits, ups and downs, but it's very good to have those 10 always there. And obviously, most of those girls play already 4 or 5 years for us.
A familiar name to House fans on the Torrent roster is Kate Hotma, the goalkeeper. Played for House last summer, just finished her freshman year up at Drake. A really impressive player. What stood out to you about her, and how important a piece to this squad is she?
So when we played here the first game, she had a few tremendous saves. Was outstanding, and even that I think we won 6-1 here last year. Even for that, and you switched goalies at each half. But then I followed. She plays obviously with Leila Kelp from our team, and she contacted me actually before the end of the season last year that she would like to play for us. And I said, look, as long as you're cool with the house, and they know that, that is okay. But so far, other than that Bavarian game, so far we're also not much really action that both of our goalies saw.
Fair enough. Well, again, it's been a strong start to the season for FC Milwaukee Torrent, looking to go back-to-back undefeated in WPSL play this season. Kickoff is coming up soon. Coach Davi, thanks so much for your time, and good luck to your team today.
Thanks for having us. Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you.
So we're going to go over here, and we're going to find J.J. Ruane, the head coach of Chicago House. As you heard Coach Davi say, this was a 6-1 result last year in favor of FC Milwaukee Torrent. But if I recall, 5 or 6 of those goals for the visitors came in the first half. And then Kate Hotma, then of House, now of FC Milwaukee Torrent as a high schooler, came in and just made some phenomenal second-half saves. Got her, obviously, a lot of attention here in WPSL. House, though, looking to flip the script a bit and get a better result this season with a whole lot of different players, as well as now we are joined live on YouTube by head coach J.J. Ruane. J.J., thanks as always for taking a few minutes. We really appreciate it. Coming into today's game, obviously a really tough opponent, an undefeated defending champion. How do you balance wanting to, keep building a philosophy throughout the summer with this team versus knowing you've got a pretty tough test today?
Obviously a tough test, like you said. We prepared some things this week for them specifically, but also don't want to get away from our style either. We've been aggressive. We've scored a lot of goals the last couple of games, winning the last 2 games, so want to keep that going and have a positive performance today.
Obviously, every game is different. You mentioned scoring a lot of goals, notably that 7-2 against Green up in, I'm thinking of games with the men's side, but having scored a lot of goals in recent games, how big of a confidence builder is that even when you're going up against a team where chances will be to premium?
Well, I think it's huge. I mean, just to give the girls the belief in themselves and confidence to play the right way and to come out against a good side today and provide a performance that's, that has been on par with what we've been doing is all we can look for today and see what happens.
Should have said Milwaukee City being the team you guys took the demolition to. On the men's side, they had a pretty good game in Wisconsin against Green Bay Glory as well. Looking at the lineup today, naming a pretty experienced side in terms of, the age, the profile of these players, what are you hoping to see from this group today, and how do you hope the opening 15-20 minutes go?
A lot of grit, a lot of experience of how to play in big games today. A lot of players that I think will bring the best out of the younger group once they come on and sub. So
excellent. Well, sounds good. JJ, thank you always for the time. Good luck today. Kickoff is coming up soon here on Recruitlings live on YouTube. WPSL action on this Sunday afternoon.
Sophie Kirsten, center midfield. Chloe Kirsten, outside back. Olivia Chianelli, midfield.
Emily Rossi, forward.
Mary Fornelli, defender.
Megan Bergman, defender. Brooklyn Ludwig, midfielder.
Louisa Schreiber, forward.
Abby Haskell, goalkeeper. Caitlin Yurkovich, goalkeeper.
Kya Trejo, outside back.
Maggie Maher, forward.
Ella Duckman, midfield. Skylar Reese, defender. Aleyia Cisneros, defender. Katie McHugh, assistant coach.
JJ Ruane, head coach.
Hi, my name is Brian Koenig. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Max Heads custom kick drum heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head. Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
If you let me put it. you let me put it down, 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 down. If you let me put it down, 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 down to you when we get home. If you let me put it. If you let me put it down, down, down. If you let me put it
Welcome to Women's Premier Soccer League. Tonight, Chicago House AC host Milwaukee Torrent. Live from Langhorst Field at Elmhurst University. Live stream brought to you by Recruitlings.
It's game time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you're able and remove your hat for the playing of our national anthem. and gentlemen, please welcome Kai, representing the youth, young people, and youth outlook organization that support LGBTQ+ youth and provide a safe learning community for them and their families.
Turn your mic on.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's presentation of the Women's Premier Soccer League. Chicago House hosting FC Milwaukee Torrent here live on YouTube on Recruitlings. I'm Alex Campbell. Thanks for joining me. The still unbeaten defending league champions coming off an 8-0 perfect season last year. They're 3-0 so far this year. Milwaukee Torrent looking to keep that going against a Chicago House team looking to build on the season as it goes. We'll have to do a quick check on starting lineups as I'm still down one player for FC Milwaukee Torrent, but we can start with Chicago House. In goal is number 0, Abby Haskell. A midfielder, number 3, Aleyia Cisneros. A midfielder, number 4, Danielle Fjeldsted. A defender, number 5, Gracie Cwik. A defender, number 8, Skylar Reese. A midfielder, number 9, Shayna DaSilva. A midfielder, number 14, Olivia Chianelli. A defender, number 16, Lauren Richards. A forward, number 18, Emily Rossi. A forward, number 29, Alexis Suptela. And a defender, number 95, Mary Fornelli. The head coach of Chicago House is Jay Ruane. Interesting to see how House approached this game. It was 6-1 in favor of Torrent last year. And Kate Hotma, who starts in goal today for FC Milwaukee Torrent, played the second half of that game for Chicago House and did so well in that game. It got Milwaukee Torrent's attention, and now she is in goal for them today. We'll figure out formations as we go, but the starting lineup for FC Milwaukee Torrent, Kate Hotma, number 0, is in goal. Midfielder number 4, Sophia Ballesteri. The forward number 7, Layla Kelbel. The midfielder number 8, Lauren Hernandez. A midfielder, the captain, number 10, Lainey Higgins. A defender, number 15, Anna Champagne. A midfielder number 16, Tatum Adamson. A midfielder number 18, Adriana Alberts. A forward number 22, Ashlyn Skinner Barrett. A defender number 27, Greta Hansen. And a defender number 88, Savannah Sievert. FC Milwaukee Torrent are coached by Andreas Davi. And we are underway here in Elmhurst, where the weather has taken a noticeable turn just in the last 15 minutes. We went from sunny and clear skies to cloudy and overcast. Opening chance of the game. Abby Haskell came out to close down the angle on Hernandez. Hernandez passing inside, Torrent immediately on the attack, trying to turn as the captain Higgins. That's rolled out to the far side and out for a throw-in as Torrent get right to it. A little bit of rain starting to fall here as well at Langhorst Field. That's out for a goal kick. taken short, and this is going to be tough to play out of for Chicago House. Richards playing it right back, the North Central Cardinal. Couldn't quite keep that in. Aleyia Cisneros. And in possession, Torrent only keeping 2 players deep, the center backs Hansen and Sievert. And then maybe you could say Alberts in defensive midfield. Hernandez, all the way out wide, plenty of space. Well defended there by Suptela, tracking all the way back as that's into the middle. Reese got a foot to it, and then it's cleared away. Trying to hold things up as Rossi looks like she's playing alone up top at the moment. Headed straight in the air. Adamson trying to gain control, and able to there is Hansen. Now here's Sievert. To Ballesteri, who is playing, I guess, as a left wing back. She plays that down the line, won't quite keep it in for the run ahead of Campbell. Ballesteri winning that header. Into the far corner, that did not stay in play, and it's a goal kick.
Yep, a little bit. About what?
Game at a bit of a stop right now as Haskell will wave her teammates forward. Probably best for House not to try to play through the pressure of FC Milwaukee Torrent as the rain picks up in intensity a bit. Again, half an hour ago, it was clear skies and sunny. Out wide on the far side, this is Skinner Barrett. Alberts collects in midfield for Higgins. That ball deflects as it goes through the lines. Fjeldsted trying to turn and just establish any sort of possession for House. Fjeldsted, Cisneros, good first touch. Looked ahead there for the run of DaSilva, couldn't quite find her. Fornelli working along the far side. Alexis Suptela. Olivia Chianelli, defensive midfielder. And a chance now for House to get forward. Cisneros. Letting that run is DaSilva. And it's away by Alberts. Torrent on the counterattack. Skinner Barrett. Taken away, though, by Fornelli. Now Chianelli can recover. Sent long over the top. No one there. Easy for Haskell. Okay, now as for the lineups in more a formation order, Hama in goal for FC Milwaukee Torrent. A back three of Champagne, Sievert, and Hansen. Alberts holds in defensive midfield with Hernandez and Higgins either side just ahead. Skinner Barrett wide right, Ballesteri wide left, Adamson and Campbell up top. That's straight in the air awkwardly by Haskell. DaSilva turns out of some pressure, finding Rossi. Rossi immediately looking long, Suptela on the chase, but look at the recovery speed there of Anna Champagne. For Chicago House, it's Haskell in goal, a back four of Richards, Cwik, Reese, and Fornelli from right to left. Fjeldsted and Chianelli, a double pivot in central midfield with DaSilva in the 10 role. Cisneros wide right, Suptela wide left, and Rossi through the middle. Emily Rossi, who had a hat trick at Milwaukee City in that demolition that Chicago House dealt out. Chance for some room here. Cisneros flaring out to the right side. First time cross, couldn't quite wrap her foot around it. It's out for a Torrent goal kick.
House fans, Allen Energy serves heating and air conditioning company. Proud sponsor of the Chicago House has been providing professional heating, cooling, and plumbing services to the communities.
Approaching 8 minutes gone here at Langhorst Field in Elmhurst. First game of a doubleheader today. Tonight at 7 p.m., the House men's team host DeKalb County United in Midwest Premier League action.
Contact Allen Energy Services with Air Conditioning Heating Company.
Ballesteri. Haskell, can she keep that in play? Just enough to not concede a corner. It's just a throw in. Ballesteri up to take this. Sophia Ballesteri, a rising senior at Northern Iowa. She's made 34 starts for the Panthers over 3 seasons. Flick to the middle, Higgins. Higgins trying to get a shot away, never could, and just ran into traffic, specifically Olivia Chianelli, who can't clear. A shot from distance is up and over the top by the left foot of Adriana Alberts, the Marquette midfielder. And the referee has stopped the game here and is ushering everybody off the field. I don't know if this is a lightning warning.
Rain. Yeah, probably.
And because we play through rain in this sport, so rain alone is not enough to stop it. We're going to have a discussion here about a potential lightning delay, and House Director of Operations Brian Koenig is out to talk to our head official, and they're going to have a conversation about what's going on here. When these delays happen for lightning, it is a minimum of 15 minutes, and that clock resets every time a new strike is detected within a local area. So that's where we're going to go right now with 9 minutes on the clock. We have a weather delay here at Langhorst Field, as now we're going to get a discussion between House, Torrent, and referee personnel. Andreas Davi getting to weigh in here on how they're going to proceed. The rain is also intensifying, and the House players are packing up to head back to the locker room, which would suggest a pretty long delay. So we're going to take a break here, and we'll come back once we have an update for you. This is a weather delay here at Langhorst Field in WPSL Action Live here on Recruitlings on YouTube. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
No, wait.
Nope, he's coming. He'll be right. He's coming up right now.
Back live here at Langhorst Field at Elmhurst. If you've stuck with us, we greatly appreciate that. We are in the 10th minute of play between Chicago House and FC Milwaukee Torrent. WPSL action after a weather delay. There is still some weather in the area that we'll have to keep an eye on. In the meantime, this is Sophia Balistreri crossing to the far post, headed away by Fornelli.
Tickets are on sale through halftime, and the winner will be announced at the end of the 60th minute. Proceeds from the raffle.
Torrent is effectively in a 3-1-6 shape in attack. Everybody getting forward. Balistreri to the back post. The ball is loose. Clearance is scuffed the first time. And then anywhere will do for Chianelli. A reminder of our teams today. First for FC Milwaukee Torrent, in goal is number 0, Kate Hotma. It's a back three of number 15, Anna Champagne, number 88, Savannah Sievert, and number 27, Greta Hansen. In defensive midfield is number 18, Adriana Alberts, with number 8, Lauren Hernandez, and number 10, Lainey Higgins, as the central midfielders ahead of her. The right wingback is number 22, Ashlyn Skinner-Barrett. The left wingback is number 4, Sophia Balistreri. And the two strikers are number 16, Tatum Adamson, and number 7, Layla Campbell. Champagne trying to look forward, and then a free kick won by Hernandez. For Chicago House, it's number 0, Abby Haskell in goal. The back four from right to left is number 16, Lauren Richards, number 5, Gracie Cwik, number 8, Skylar Reese, and number 95, Mary Fornelli. In defensive midfield is a pairing of number 4, Danielle Fjeldsted, and number 14, Olivia Chianelli, with number 9, Shayna DaSilva playing as a 10. Right mid is number 3, Aleyia Cisneros. Left mid is number 29, Alexis Suptela, as that's punched away well by Haskell, and then trying to get it back on target was Balistreri. And at striker for Chicago House is number 18, Emily Rossi. Milwaukee Torrent, 3 wins from 3 so far this year after, as I mentioned in the open, going 8-0 in WPSL Central North Lakes Division play, qualifying for the WPSL playoffs where they fell in the first round against FC Pride of Indiana. Rossi trying to do something by herself right now, getting toward the end line up against Sievert, and Rossi wins the corner. This will be Chicago House's first of the game. Over to take is Shayna DaSilva, the rising junior at DePaul, Evanston native. House certainly will want to try to capitalize on set pieces today as home underdogs. DaSilva in swinger toward the near side. Cisneros rose highest, straight in the air. Not clear yet as Suptela heads it forward, and taking no chances to let it go out of play is Kate Hotma. Hotma, who made 5 starts for the Drake Bulldogs her freshman year in 9 games total. Again, she played for House last summer after finishing up her club career at Chicago FC United, moving there from Sockers. Chicago FC United, a bit of a goalkeeping reputation, as that's cleared out of play for a throw as Rossi was closing in. DaSilva trying to turn in the corner, shoulder to shoulder with Alberts. And it's a goal kick despite DaSilva's protests to the assistant referee. Neither keeper with a save to make yet. If you joined us late, we had a weather delay that began in the 10th minute.
got back underway recently. Ball is sent ahead by Higgins. Reese there to collect, back for Abby Haskell. Cwik. Richards. Good interplay here from House. Cisneros. Held off one defender and then two. Richards knocks that off Balistreri, and it's a throw in for Richards, the rising academic junior but soccer sophomore at North Central College in Naperville. Began her career at NIU, took a medical redshirt year and ended up transferring. That's a creative ball by DaSilva, but in the end it won't quite find Suptela. Richards an Elmhurst native. Richards, who came in as a freshman, made 11 starts for the North Central Cardinals. Campbell, back for Higgins. Gets past DaSilva, and now looking to the far side for Skinner Barrett. Fornelli recovering. And doing well to keep that ball in play. Haskell, first time, gave it away. But it's gonna get lucky as it rebounds right back to her off Hernandez.
You're a credit to the position, Brooklyn.
Still no shots on target for either team. As the rain, light for now, resumes. Based on looking at the radar during the weather delay, would not be surprised if the rain continued off and on for about the next 45 minutes. This ball could come through for Campbell. Reese did well to recover, and she's done well a few times today. Skylar Reese, the recent graduate from DePaul. 30 games, 26 starts in 2 years for the Blue Demons after beginning her career at Iowa State. Native of Lincoln, Nebraska. Ball sent forward by Hansen and cleaned out there was Adamson, and this is a free kick in a very dangerous spot now for Torrent, and we've got rain now combining with wind. The one upside earlier is that the rain was falling straight down, and now it's coming onto my notes in our press box.
Pull it back for. Get it out of the way.
Apologies as we're readjusting some things here in the box to get out of the way of the water. As the rain pours down now here at Langhorst Field. And safe to say my notes are soaked through, still legible, but not how you draw it up, certainly. And again, we're going to keep playing for now because, again, the delay was for lightning. This is a sport where you play through the rain, even if it's like this, although I'm sure the referee is considering another stoppage. To be frank, I'm surprised that this game resumed when it did, given that it was pretty obvious the rain was going to come back, but then be gone again in a relatively short amount of time. Again, this is not likely to be a long spell of rain, but it is heavy. DaSilva, he's opening up a bit now at the moment as the wind whips around Langhorst Field. DaSilva, near side Cisneros. Wet turf as well can be fun for attackers and not very much fun to defend. Cisneros will try to chase this down.
Get everything out of the way, including this thing.
Apologies for the camera work we're doing right now. Shout out to Erik Rachie for keeping this as in frame as we can. Might have to go off air briefly to get the camera inside, but we'll keep you posted. This is hooked to the far side. DaSilva's gonna get there. DaSilva back across goal, Sievert away. And that stays in on the far side. It was a good effort there
Play? Yep.
by Skinner Barrett.
All right. We're going to close the window because of this cable. Video. Okay, this is what I'm worried about. Unplug that. Get it
The
out
sky
of
gets brighter, but the rain does not let up.
Just leave this open for now. Okay, I'll be. You don't need to live in
And a free kick here
That's a free kick, buddy.
for Milwaukee Torrent.
That's all right. I'm just making sure I do need a little button. Not worried about that. Okay.
Taken short. Skinner Barrett up and over off the crossbar. Which crossbar though? Football or soccer? It is the football crossbar. And that's a goal kick.
I've got a towel in there. In that gray bag. Where's the ball? Oh. You do. Hand it over.
Reese taking goal kick duty here. The rain intensifies more somehow. Adamson. Higgins was blocked and then cleared upfield by Fjeldsted. Reese looking back for Fjeldsted, but it's dumped out of play for a throw-in by Hansen.
Thank you, Andy.
Up into the air by Reese. I could do some finger painting with the ink on my notes that is now bleeding away due to the water. If the rain stops, I might just have to break my computer out and read it off of there, because that'll be easier than some of the writing that is currently in front of me. And now we'll clean up this mess at the half. Hope you're nice and dry and cozy wherever you're watching from this afternoon. Thanks for joining us here live on Recruitlings. Still scoreless here in the 22nd minute in a game that Milwaukee Torrent came out and hit the gas early, and House weathered that proverbial storm. Now it's both teams trying to just get through this very literal one. Given away, Higgins trying to go the other way. Higgins, the reigning Horizon League Player of the Year for the UW Milwaukee Panthers. Fornelli gets that forward. Fjeldsted. Referee going to stop play as Hernandez is down, and I think we're about to see the first yellow card of the game. We are. And it is Shayna DaSilva who's in the book.
The referee is issuing yellow card caution to Chicago House number 9, Shayna DaSilva, 23rd minute.
No rush, but okay, back up. Curved into the area, headed away by House. Back here for Hansen. And out for a throw. Another long throw being lined up here.
Oh, I'm going to miss the corner.
Susan, no, it's going to be a corner kick. My apologies. Chip toward the far post. Heads go up. It's headed towards goal, but wide. It was Hernandez who got the head to it. But still no shot on goal for either team. We have a line change for FC Milwaukee Torrent. They're going to make 8 subs. It's going to be 8 changes at once for Torrent, and my goodness, they're going to bring off. Well, we're going to have to figure out who's not coming off is Seivert and Skinner Barrett. Everybody else has been subbed off. So Seivert's going to stay on at center back, Skinner Barrett's going to stay on at right wing back, and everybody else is off the field. So I'll do my best to try to figure out what just happened, and we will get an update on everyone who's out there as soon as we can. House maybe can take advantage though as the new Torrent players try to figure out all their spacing. This is rolling toward the end line, and the visitors will see it out for a goal kick. To be honest, I'm still missing one player for Torrent, trying to figure out who the absentee is as I look to see where everyone's playing. Throw it for House. Launching that forward is Kate Downs. Near side, this is Screama. Looking to turn here, dropping into midfield, Maya Wilson. It's the player who just took that throw in on the far side is the one player I don't have clocked quite yet. Whoever's playing in that right back / right center back role. Ball one in midfield for Torrent. This is flicked outside wide. Here goes Skinner Barrett. Her first time cross to the middle. Dealt with initially by Richards. And House get it clear. Well done defending that by House as Rossi flicked it on, but no one else is back there. Down the line, that's just too far for Screama. So, I think got it all figured out on what is going on now with this Torrent team. Hatma remains in goal. It's a back three of number 6, Lily Tabor, number 88, Savannah Sievert, and number 33, Sydney Bolus. Right wing back is still Skinner Barrett. At left wing back is number 2, Caden Screama. Midfield pairing is number 5, Kate Downs, and number 26, Sarah Stadler. And a front three of number 9, Lola Wojcik, number 13, Cameron Reese, and number 23, Maya Wilson. House unchanged as of yet on the day. And the score unchanged here at 0-0 in the 28th minute. Hit long. Rossi putting the pressure there on Sievert. Back for Hatma, who just fires this into the sky. Fjeldsted. Looking for DaSilva. Hatma, that deflected off of DaSilva. Skinner Barrett looking to turn. That's a good step there by Reese, and that ball rolls out of play toward the far corner for a throw-in, and the rain is finally starting to abate here in Elmhurst. It's not gone yet, but I think we are headed towards drier conditions. The sky's brighter and the rain is less intense, so we're going to take those as good signs. Here is Tabor, the rising junior at Belmont in Nashville. Out of play there by Reese. This is an impressive Milwaukee Torrent roster, both in terms of the pedigree of the players, but also just the sheer size of the thing. And based on looking down at the Torrent bench, I think we have now seen everybody they brought today except backup goalkeeper Ellie Crone, who was probably hoping she'd get the second half today, but as this is going, Torrent probably would have thought they'd be up a couple goals by this point. Still 15 minutes to go in the first half, of course. Ball bouncing through, can Screama get there? No. And all the way over was Cwik, and she was a throw-in. Great effort there, Gracie Cwik, the sophomore at Saginaw Valley State. Making a huge effort there. That's given away. Wojcik. Her cross blocked away by Cwik for another throw. Wojcik, a rising redshirt senior at UW Milwaukee. Started 18 games this past season. Turning now, this is Reese. Downs forward, looking for Wilson. Skylar Reese put the header in. Gonna have to be clarifying there. Nice move, Skinner Barrett, inside, outside, cutting it back, and a good step by Cam Reese. Skylar Reese, excuse me. And it's a house throw in now on the far side.
Anyone looking at the radar?
House preparing their first sub of the day.
Don't say that.
It's number 17, Sophie Kirsten, midfielder out of Akron, as that shot is way off target. And Kirsten's going to be joined by Louisa Schreiber, who scored a goal in the home opener against Bavarians. What a wild game that was. It ended 3-2 with a 90th minute winner for Bavarian United. Skylar Reese takes the goal kick. Downs won the header and managed to get that in the direction of Sarah Stadler, the redshirt freshman at LSU. Tabor looking long, but too long, and that's going to be scooped up by Abby Haskell. 33rd minute of play. Again, it'll be Schreiber and Kirsten checking into the match for House. That's flicked long. Rossi on the chase.
What time is it now?
Rossi with Sievert, who does well to see that out of play. Savannah Sievert, the UW Milwaukee senior.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Played 17 full 90s for the UW Milwaukee Panthers this last season. And here come the House subs. It's going to be DaSilva and Cisneros, it looks like.
I want to set back up. 6 more. The riser? Yeah. I want to wipe this off.
So it is Cisneros and DaSilva who go off, so that'll see Schreiber go to right midfield, and we'll see how the center of midfield lines up. Kirsten,
This one's going to fly.
not exactly a number 10.
Thank you. Get those pulled. Get those. Got it.
Kirsten is introduced to the match there with the duel against Downs. Tabor.
It's around, it's
Back
around here somewhere.
for
It could be right next to
Chicago House
Seibert.
entering the match number 17, Sophie Kirsten. Leaving the match number 3, Aleyia Cisneros. Entering the match number 15, Louisa Schreiber. Leaving the match number 9, Shayna DaSilva.
Back here for Bolus. Kirsten got a foot onto that as it sent spinning toward the near touchline.
Appreciate it.
Bolus back for Hatma. Rossi applying some pressure. Calmly done though by Torrent. Skrima gave it away. Fjeldsted, nowhere to go. And then just gets sandwiched off the ball by Skrima and Wojcik. Downs onto a loose ball here. House fans want a foul, not forthcoming. Tabor. Rossi now for House. Inside, Kirsten room to turn. Immediately looking for Schreiber on the near side. Substitutions combining. Schreiber gets her cross all wrong. It's straight out of play for a goal kick.
You're right.
35 minutes gone in Elmhurst. Still no shots on target for either team. And you'd have to think Chicago House would be the much happier about that situation. Great effort by Schreiber to keep that in play for Richards. Off a defender, Wojcik, and straight in the air, throw in. Skrima wins that header. Good work in midfield by Sarah Stadler. Wilson. Dropping this back for Tabor, who's had plenty of touches since subbing in. House preparing two more subs. It'll be Maggie Drake and Mari Williams preparing to check in. Skrima, that's a good cross, but no one really there except Abby Haskell, who claims.
Brooklyn, you couldn't get a hold of the grounds guy here? Oh, okay.
As a rumble of thunder echoes around Langhorst Field. We play on here in the 37th minute. Rossi, that's a good ball. Not quite as good though by Kirsten. Good idea. Trying to find the run there
It just got significantly brighter.
of Suptela as the sun starts to peek back out. Chipped ahead there by Chianelli, couldn't find a teammate. Fjeldsted likewise. Downs. Skrima. Downs with a good effort to keep that alive, and here goes Skrima down the near side. Trying to outrun Cwik. Skrima to the middle, flicked away by Reese. Trying to find a shot here is Cameron Reese, and she drags it just wide. Not on target, but probably the best look either team has had. Double sub for House as Maggie Drake, the high school senior, and Mari Williams, the Chicago State junior, will check in. Williams will go in like for like up top in place of Emily Rossi. And Drake is into the game to replace Suptela at left wing. So some fresh legs in forward areas for Chicago House. Drake, a rising senior at St. Viator, of course, plays with Soccer's FC for her club ball. Chance here for Wojcik to get forward. Wojcik, still Wojcik. Wojcik riding a challenge, plays it through, Skinner Barrett, the flag is up, the ball is off target anyway. It'll be a free kick for House. So for House now, it is Richards, Cwik, Reese, Fornelli, Fjeldsted, Chianelli, Kirsten, Schreiber, Williams, Drake. Skylar Reese to restart play here in the 40th minute. Tabor wins the header. Chianelli against Stadler there. Referee says that Stadler's boot was high. And now the referee has stopped play. The fourth official has indicated that the referee needs to go have a word with JJ Ruane on the House bench. Let's see what this is about. Ruane was gesturing to something off to his left, so I'm not sure what the stoppage or the concern was. Plays restarted. It was a pretty brief conversation and a pretty mellow one as well. We play on. Header won by Tabor. Maury Williams for Drake. Drake chips it, well, tries to chip it past a defender. It's out for a throw-in for House on the far side. Drake. And it's going to be a free kick for House. Haven't seen really any opportunities like this. They've had a couple of corners, but nothing you would consider an attacking free kick. And they'll have this one now from right on the 15-yard line toward the far sideline. It's Chianelli who has the ball down. And a three-woman wall here for Torrent. Chianelli into the area, throwing her head at it was Schreiber. House won a handball, no call. Williams forced to the corner. Skinner Barrett trying to get out of trouble. Not once, but twice. That one sliced out of play. House with a throw. This is the longest the ball has been in the Milwaukee third of the field so far in this game. Milwaukee defensive third, I should say. Fornelli wins another throw. It's over the head of Kirsten. Wojcik didn't quite connect with that header. Here's Fjeldsted for House. Lauren Richards. Richards in field, no one there. Skrima. But a retreating Fjeldsted just concedes a throw. 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go here in the first half. Bavarians having made a 5-player outfield change earlier in the half, which is, I believe, everybody they've got. House have made a couple of substitutions as this half has gone on, nothing drastic. Players we have not talked about yet today for House that are on the bench: the goalkeeper Jay Arballo, number 22 Maggie Maher, number 26 Brooklyn Ludwig. Skrima the target of this one. Schreiber, the right winger, retreating, did well. It is, though, a corner in the end for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Cameron Reese with the ball down, the UIC junior. In swinger toward the near post is straight out of play, goal kick. For a team that came in here to Langhorst Field last season and absolutely blew the doors off of Chicago House in the first half. It's been a very different story so far today. Again, the weather, not an insignificant factor in the quality of the soccer being played, you'd have to say. If House could get a result today, though, they would absolutely take that. It would be something to be the first team in a year and a half to not lose to Torrent in league play. Schreiber hit the deck hard there, and then Richards couldn't control. Screama looking to go over the head of Richards, couldn't. Screama, Schreiber, tracking back to defend and then leaving a foot in there. It'll be a free kick. Referee with, a bit of an extra word for Schreiber saying, hey, that's 2 or 3 already since you subbed in. Probably her last warning before a yellow card. It'll be Wojcik this time to take. And now it's the 4th official and JJ Ruane again having a conversation. Wojcik to deliver. Right into the penalty area. That's a great ball. And I believe it was Skylar Reese who got the first touch and then a second to prevent a corner. She's been everywhere back there today, has Skylar Reese. Reese, who's wearing the captain's armband today for Chicago House. That's blocked, trying to get forward, and is out for another House throw here as we're into added time at the end of the first half. Haven't seen any indication from the referee to the 4th official. Maybe he's not even adding on a full minute. Still looking for a signal and still haven't seen one, so we are in added time at the end of the first half, but how much of it there'll be, who knows. Free kick for House right on halfway and a chance for Skylar Reese to send this forward. Reese, header won by FC Milwaukee Torrent. Referee puts his whistle to his lips and blows for halftime. A game that was interrupted 9 minutes in by a weather delay where FC Milwaukee Torrent have had a half chance or two. House not quite even that. Haven't seen anything really near a goal, and we are scoreless here at halftime. All things considered, Chicago House will be the happier team here at the break. Time for the coaches and players to talk things over, and we will take a break here from Elmhurst. You're watching Chicago House Women's Soccer live on Recruitlings. It's halftime. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Brian Koenig. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kit that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Max Heads custom kick drum heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head. Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Paper today. Back here at Langhorst Field, second half between Chicago House and FC Milwaukee Torrent about to get underway. We are scoreless as we head into the second 45. I'm Alex Campbell. Thanks for joining us today. Live on Recruitlings, opening game of a doubleheader as Chicago House AC celebrates Pride Month. Starting today with this match and then followed up by the nightcap, kicking off at 7 p.m. Also right here live on Recruitlings, where it will be the Chicago House men facing off with DeKalb County United. We just saw House make an interesting change to their shape at the start of this half. They flipped the fullbacks and the wingers. We'll get more on that in a minute, as it looks like House have gone back to their original starting 11. But we'll confirm that as soon as I can. DaSilva was going to chase, but won't get there. So it's Abby Haskell in goal. It's a back four right to left of Mary Fornelli, Gracie Cwik, Skylar Reese, and Lauren Richards. Defensive midfield double pivot of Danielle Fjeldsted and Olivia Chianelli, with Shayna DaSilva as the number 10. Alexis Suptela is at right mid. At left mid is Aleyia Cisneros. And the striker is Emily Rossi. I believe that Milwaukee are also in their original starting 11, but we'll confirm that momentarily. As that is scooped up in goal by, is it still, no, it is not Hatma, so we do have one change. It is number 1, Elise Crone is in goal in this second half. So despite it being 0-0, Milwaukee stick with the plan of what we saw from them last year, and they switch goalkeepers at halftime.
From the bleachers and go around to where the table and a Chicago House volunteer in an orange shirt will be standing.
And they've also flipped, it looks like, and I think that's why House responded. It looks like the wingbacks have flipped for Torrent as well, as that deflects out for a House throw. I think that's why then they flipped the fullbacks to House. They like Fornelli up against Skinner Barrett and Richards facing Balistreri. Still waiting to double check who the other two center backs are for Torrent. That's knocked away from Rossi. Skinner Barrett in the midfield for Hernandez. Balistreri on the near side. Immediately looking down the line for the run here of Layla Campbell. And Reese takes no chances out for a throw-in.
Fans, we're pleased to have Pilot Pete's Coffee and Treats here, offering a variety of drinks to quench your thirst. Pilot Pete's is located at the Elmhurst Metro Station and has been serving coffee and treats for over 12 years with a purpose. Please visit Pilot Pete's beverage station located in the House Fest throughout today's game to learn more about Pilot Pete's Faith and Humanity
Champagne
project and
into
all
the
of their
area.
community initiatives. Tap into
Scooped
the
up by
website
Haskell.
at www.pilotbeatscoffee.com.
So it is the original starting outfield 10 for Andreas Davi and FC Milwaukee Torrent. Down the far side, trying to race onto that one is Tatum Adamson. Couldn't quite get there. Skylar Reese just launching this one long in the direction of Rossi as Champagne comes over and cuts that out.
Press it, legs.
That one just goes down the line, and Skinner Barrett's on the chase. She is quick. Gracie Cwik over to knock that out of play.
Please welcome Rough Edges Confectionery to our house fest. A woman and Asian-grown small business.
Ashlyn Skinner Barrett, who missed her first 2 full collegiate seasons injured, then was able to play in 14 games this past year for UW Milwaukee. Had her flicked on. Skylar Reese, who's been everywhere defensively for House, got it forward. And now Aleyia Cisneros, the chance to look up. Balistreri was the recovering defender. Rossi keeps that in play, but Champagne has good positioning.
Go on, Sheena, come on.
Rossi, 6'1", the redshirt sophomore at Loyola. Redshirted her freshman year and then scored 3 goals in 17 games with 10 starts for the Ramblers. That was well done there by Olivia Chianelli, but then Hernandez wins it back. Higgins. Balistreri. Couldn't find Adamson as Reese clears away. This FC Milwaukee Torrent team, again, they're 3-0 on the season, so still a really strong side, but not quite the humming machine we saw last season, where they just were an absolute buzzsaw through this division. Last year, if you kept yourself within a goal or two of them, it felt like a win. But as this game goes further and further along at 0-0, Chicago House might start to believe they can steal all 3 points today. DaSilva turning, and couldn't quite find Rossi. Sievert. Champagne. Good foot in by Fjeldsted, but then straight out of play from Gracie Cwik. Champagne gets turned around by Chianelli, free kick. Champagne, another local. She's from St. Charles. Went to St. Charles East. She has played over 5,000 minutes in her 3 years as a Milwaukee Panther. 58 starts in 3 years. And if you're doing the math at home, yes, that means she plays the full 90 basically every game as a starter.
Rock Valley Publishing, a proud media partner of the Chicago House,
was first team All-Horizon League this past year, fourth team All-Region.
Your source for Chicago House soccer news information. Game day recaps, and much more. Every Thursday throughout this soccer season, Rock Philly Publishing is dedicating an entire page to Chicago House content.
Neither team still, as we're in the 54th minute, has recorded a shot on target today. The closest anyone's come was Cameron Reese late in the first half for Torrent, dragging a shot wide from about 20 yards. This one's just launched long. Campbell's going to get there first. Haskell bobbled it, and the offside flag is up. Maybe that's why the House defense looked generally unbothered by Campbell's positioning there. They knew they had done their job. Can House establish, though, any sort of possession here? It's kind of been a game where playing a bit ugly suits House just fine. Again, as you can see, they're a team who wants to play out from the back, but against a team who can press you like Torrent, it's a lot easier said than done. Fjeldsted just turns and launches it down the sideline. Keeps it in play, though, and a chance for Rossi to apply some pressure. As all the way back to the goalkeeper goes Hansen, and a touch here for Elise Crone, rising junior at Marquette. Finished her first season with 10 starts for the Golden Eagles after transferring from TCU. The Wilmette, Illinois native. Went to New Trier and played for Chicago FC United. So a former clubmate of Kate Hotma. 1 year older than her, though, at FC United. Hernandez and Fornelli colliding there. Hernandez comes out with the ball, and out wide, here's some space. Unable to find a target was Balistreri. Those wingbacks have flipped back to their original positions. Balistreri on the left, and on the right, Skinner Barrett. This ball's across. Did Haskell get a touch? I don't think so. No, it's a goal kick, but that was a great, great ball played in from the far side, I believe by Lainey Higgins. And just nobody there to tap it in to the empty net. Interested to see if Chicago House flip their fullbacks back to counter that wingback change, and I think the referee is now taking some issue with how long House is taking over these restarts. Certainly going to become something to keep an eye on if this game stays the way it is. This might be a game where if you're Abby Haskell, at some point you intentionally take a yellow card for delaying a restart, but not something you would do until the late stages if you could get away with it. It's going to be a throw-in after that for Richards. Back here for Skylar Reese. Reese and Schreiber, the two recent college graduates on this House roster. Schreiber from St. Xavier. Reese from DePaul. Everybody else on the House roster is either a college or a high school student. Not a whole lot of high schoolers, though, around today for this particular match. You wonder if House are missing maybe Sophia McMillan, number 10, future Illinois player, a rising high school senior at Fremd. Champagne. Is that a pullback? It is, and it's going to be a yellow card, I think, for Cisneros. Card is out, and Cisneros, for pulling back Hernandez, becomes the second House player, joining Shayna DaSilva to have her name taken. No real complaint there from anybody.
Caution, Chicago House number 3, Aleyia Cisneros in the 58th minute.
So Cisneros is in the book, the rising sophomore at Lewis. And now Lainey Higgins, who had that great cross a few moments ago, looking to send one accurately in here. Into the area, bounces through, it's loose in the 6-yard box, and clearing away is Reese. who's adamant that that came off of a Torrent player before it went out of play. Referee disagrees, and it's gonna be, it looks like, another corner kick. Yeah, we don't keep official stats for this sort of thing, but Skylar Reese, the number of clearances she has had today, if there's a player of the match so far, it is absolutely the Chicago House captain. Another corner, it'll be a left-footed in swinger. Toward the near post and into the side netting. Torrent have not taken advantage today of their set piece opportunities. No subs yet for either side here in the 59th minute of the second half. Again, in the first half, we saw Torrent change 5 players at once, and that was it. House went through the process of subbing in 4 players, 2 at a time, which was probably all pre-planned, but again, this is not the game state I think anybody would have expected today. Torrent would have been heavily favored to come get 3 points on the road, and instead, still 0-0 as we approach the hour mark. A reminder, this is the first game of a doubleheader, and here on Recruitlings, it's a separate stream that you can click over to. It's the House men against DeKalb County at 7. This ball into the area, big collision, as coming over to clear it away was Greta Hansen. Danielle Fjeldsted tried to get on the end of it, and that is really the best attacking thrust we have seen from House all day. Catching the Bavarian defense sleeping just a bit. Rossi on the end line fizzes this across, and trying to meet it first time was Alexis Suptela. It's off target, and yet maybe the best look House have had.
Did you know that the EPC Inclusion Campaign recognizes approximately 120 local businesses and organizations? Each have pledged to provide a safe, welcoming, and inclusive environment.
Now it's Torrent trying to play out from the back. They haven't had to do a whole lot of this, and Suptela is onto the loose ball.
In North Elmhurst, in addition to the food trucks serving here today. Check out the EPC website for more details.
And that's going to be out for a House corner.
I mean, that's one way to put it, right?
Corner here for House. DaSilva, out swinger into the middle. Fjeldsted got the first head to it, and then trying to follow up was, I think, Chianelli, and then she kept it in play. No, not quite. Good effort. Not to be. Throw in for Torrent on the near side. Ahead, Chianelli, Rossi, Fjeldsted, Skylar Reese looking ahead towards Cisneros, and the wind might have just caught her there as she whiffed on the touch and then put her hand to her forehead in what looked like a bit of embarrassment.
Please, the winning number for our
We'll call it a poorly timed gust of wind.
626.
More good pressure here from House.
03.
Fjeldsted, a good step, knocking this forward. Rossi gets there first. Rossi, onto her left, Fjeldsted, had it knocked away. Good defense there by Greta Hansen. Higgins, Hernandez, and now space for Skinner Barrett. Skinner Barrett running at Richards. Skinner Barrett's cross to the far post, is sent back goalwards, but out of play. The initial intended target was Adamson, and then Balistreri at the back post could not quite direct it back into the goal mouth.
Tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, okay.
63rd minute now, we are still scoreless. A House team who with a win would match their win total from their debut campaign last summer where they went 2-1-5. They conceded 21 goals over the course of last season, did Chicago House, but more than half of those were in the 2 games against Milwaukee Torrent. And 5 draws illustrated that they were a team who, even on a day if they couldn't generate a lot of attack, they were able to be stout defensively. Rossi trying to flick this forward. Hansen. Seivert finding herself further forward. I think the offside flag would have been up there against Adamson in any case. 64th minute. Still no changes in the second half, but it looks like House might be the first to change that. Haskell loops this ball to midfield as the referee almost collides with a couple of players. Skylar Reese sending it forward. Seivert. Hansen, no one there, and again, it just hasn't come together today for Torrent. Just a little disjointed and not really able to move the ball quickly through the Chicago House defense. It's going to be a triple change for House. Maggie Drake, Sophie Kirsten, and Mari Williams, all of whom we saw in the first half, are going to come back in. Make that a quadruple change. It's going to be Louisa Schreiber as well. So the 4 players who we saw sub in for House in the first half are all going to come back into the game at once. As JJ Ruane lays out plans for the final 25 minutes or so of this game. Here come the subs. Let's see who they replace. Rossi, Suptela, Cisneros, DaSilva. So it is the front 4 all change for Chicago House. And let's see how these players all line up. Kirsten will go into midfield. It's going to be Drake on the right side, Schreiber on the left, and Williams through the middle. Still no second half subs for Milwaukee Torrent. Will they likewise do a sort of line change like we saw in the first half? As Champagne lost her footing on the turf there, and House couldn't quite capitalize. Sliding in there, and the referee's going to play an advantage. He's going to say it's a foul by Reese. No advantage materializes. He's going to bring it back as Lainey Higgins took the worst of that collision as sliding across the turf went Reese. Higgins looks to be all right as she's helped to her feet. Quick restart here. Higgins lofting this toward the penalty area, headed forward and just wide. Out of not a whole lot. That was a pretty good look there for Lauren Hernandez, the Iowa State senior. Throw in here for Skinner Barrett. And looks like, is it going to be everybody coming into the game for Milwaukee Torrent? It's either everybody or most of everybody. Higgins. And they are going to bring everybody in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 subs. All of them coming into the game for Milwaukee Torrent, the same as they did in the first half. If you think back, the only people who stayed on were Ashlyn Skinner Barrett and Savannah Sievert. Everybody else subbed off. Skinner Barrett inside for Campbell. Higgins. Skinner Barrett lines up the cross into the area, comes all the way through. House finally get it away as it's going to be out for a Milwaukee Torrent throw, and here comes the line change. Or maybe not. So who's staying? Let's take a look to see. There should be 2 players who aren't coming off. Champagne, the right-sided center back, is going to stay on. And she's the only one staying out there, along with, looks like Skinner Barrett at right wing back. So Champagne at right center back and Skinner Barrett at right wing back stay on. Everybody else is out. And we'll review what that means. Trying to flick that on with Schreiber, couldn't quite get there. Wojcik. Still Wojcik battling there with Chianelli, no foul. And on the chase goes Maury Williams, and doing just enough was Lily Tabor. Chianelli onto that loose ball. One right back, though, by Sarah Stadler. Turning and going is Caden Skrema. All the way toward the corner, Fornelli with Skrema on her back. That ball is out for a house throw. So now for Milwaukee Torrent, it's Cronin goal, a back three of Champagne, Tabor, and Bolus. Skinner Barrett, the right wing back, Skrema, the left wing back, Downs, Stadler, Wojcik, the three in midfield, Reese, and Wilson, the strikers. "20 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and we didn't have much stoppage in the first half, and so far in the second half, there hasn't really been a reason to add time on either. Stadler wanted to shoot, wasn't there. Back for Kate Downs. Downs all the way out wide. Skrema in acres of space, took a heavy touch, and Fornelli knocked it away. It's out for another throw for Torrent. Fjeldsted helping back defensively. That took a deflection off of her own teammate, Fornelli. Again, first game of a doubleheader. Hope you'll join us again later this evening as Chicago House men host DeKalb County United in the Midwest Premier League here on Recruitlings. It's been a very solid start to the season for the House men. A very different roster for Shannon Seymour this year. It was a team that really over the past 2 or 3 seasons hadn't changed very much. And there's still some familiar names and faces, the likes of A.R. Smith and Alejandro Mentasti still on the roster, but several new names as well. This is over the top, bend easy for Abby Haskell.
Thank you.
Just saw J.J. Ruane say, hey, next time the ball goes out, he wants somebody to switch. I imagine it's going to be the fullbacks, Richards and Fornelli, going back to where they started. Headed straight in the air. This is a game that has been almost entirely played in the middle third of the field. Not much of anything to speak of. This ball's forward toward Williams, trying to get it behind. Here's Maury Williams. Williams against 3 center backs. Was she shoved? Referee says no foul. Charging in came Drake. Williams just picking herself off the turf in the Torrent penalty area. Fjeldsted. A moment of momentum maybe, though, for House. Schreiber won't get there. This is out for a goal kick. And it was 33, Sydney Bolus just getting back in time as Williams had Lily Tabor beat. And then all of a sudden, she was being swarmed by 3 blue shirts. And in the end, Bolus did enough. Bit of a warning shot, though, by the home team. And now here's Louisa Schreiber. Fjeldsted forward again, looking for the speedy Williams. Here goes Mari, trying to get in between center backs. Still Williams. Who's the last touch off of? Referee says it's a corner kick, last off of Champagne, who does not agree, but I think maybe more than anything, that is a reward for Mari Williams' effort. Corner for House here in the 74th. Ashlyn Skinner-Barrett just went to the bench to get some instructions from Andreas Davi. First, though, it's going to be Louisa Schreiber to take the corner for House. In swinger, right on top of the goalkeeper. Easy catch for Crone. Crone looking to throw, and here in space is Ashlyn Skinner-Barrett. Could be a 4-on-4 if Torrent can hurry. Well done in the end by Gracie Cwik. Away by Cwik. Looks like Torrent have made the slight switch that Tabor's gone back to where she subbed in the first half, that right center back spot. And it's Champagne playing in the center of the back 3. Free kick for House. Wojcik is saying, what did she do wrong? I think it was kind of a tabletop situation, and the referee saying, you extended your arm, and then he's got some stern words, does the official for Lola Wojcik. Native of Mequon, Wisconsin, just north of Milwaukee. Skylar East sending it long. Mary Fornelli won't be able to run that down.
House fans, Elmhurst's very old Hamburger Heavies, proud jersey sponsor of the Chicago House, has been serving original double-decker hamburgers and Richardson's draft root beer since 1948.
Nice work here on the near side by Wojcik. Fornelli working back.
When you come to Hamburger Heaven. The nostalgic memories of times gone by.
Champagne first time ball forward into the chest. Well done to find Wilson. Wojcik.
For years, Hamburger Heaven has been featured.
House dropping almost everybody behind the ball except Williams. Downs. That's a good ball down the far side. Can Screama get there? Not quite. Out for another House goal kick. The 76th minute now. House looking for a draw that would feel like a win. Torrent trying to avoid a draw that would feel like a loss. I don't know if we can go back to the 2023 WPSL season to see when the last time Milwaukee Torrent lost a game was, but it's... Again, House weren't in the league then. And FC Milwaukee Torrent on the women's side are they are the preeminent club at this level in the Milwaukee area. At the youth level, it's certainly SC Wave, who are probably still the top dogs in that department. And on the men's side, it's Bavarian United at this level, who are the strongest men's team, and maybe arguably the strongest boys academy as well. Each team's gonna make a sub. Skinner Barrett is coming out. She gets a break. Her first break of the day, as Lauren Hernandez replaces her. Meanwhile, it will be Alexis Suptela replacing Louisa Schreiber for House. At the same time, the fullbacks have flipped, so it's Lauren Richards at right back and Mary Fornelli at left back. Suptela's gone to the right wing, and now it's Maggie Drake on the left side. Williams dropping deep to help out a bit, as Gracie Cwik just lost this forward. And out to the edge of her area is Crone. Ball bouncing around, Screama settling, and here's Wilson, the striker, finding herself almost in the back line. Wojcik back for Champagne. Tabor pressed there by Maggie Drake, out for a Torrent throw. wind picks up here again in Elmhurst. Hopefully we're done with the rain for the day. Williams just flicks that over her head, downs forward, Hernandez. Fornelli got a foot to it, and here's some room for Fjeldsted. Fjeldsted cutting inside, trying to split defenders, couldn't quite manage it. Stadler couldn't quite find a teammate either. Richards, Suptela, Fjeldsted couldn't settle. It's all a bit stretched out here at Langhorst Field. Any goal at this point would certainly feel like a winner. But House know you got to play to the very end. After a home opener that saw them concede in the first minute of stoppage time. Looks like J.J. Ruane's going to bring some of his starters back in. As it's Rossi, DaSilva, and Cisneros all going to be returning. Would like to think, though, Mari Williams is going to get a chance to stay out there. She's made a really positive impact. Suptela crossing, first time attempt by Maggie Drake, and if I am not mistaken, that is the first shot on target by either team today. We're going to double check that if I've forgotten one, but I think that is the first true save either goalkeeper has made. Both teams have had some shots, and Torrent have had more looks, but I don't think Haskell's made a save today. Wilson on the run. She'll keep this one in just. Maya Wilson. Wilson looking for some help, couldn't find it. As it's cleared away, here goes Mari Williams on the chase again. Champagne there with her, who slides in, and Champagne plays it out for a throw-in. Looks like she might have got some of Mari as well in the process. And they are going to make changes, and it is Williams,
Be sure to visit the
Drake,
Collective booth and write a message with kindness.
and Kirsten all coming back out. And it's a little disappointing to see Mari Williams come out again. She's been pretty solid since coming out into the game. We've confirmed that was indeed the first shot on target for anybody today, and it comes in the 80th minute, and it was the high schooler Maggie Drake kind of having a speculative effort that was a really easy save in the end. Can they use Rossi as a target to play off of? They throw it into her. Rossi trying to turn, and it was well defended and well done there in general by Cindy Bolus. 9 minutes plus stoppage time. J.J. Ruane telling his players to stay high. That's an impressive throw there by Bolus. As Cwik retreats. Forward by Chianelli. Bolus straight up into the air. Wilson out of the loose ball. Here's Wojcik. Scream outside of her, and it was just a poor pass in the end, but it's turned right back over. Hernandez, will a teammate keep that in? No. House throw right at midfield. 82nd minute. Got another doubleheader coming up next weekend on Father's Day. The Chicago House women take on Green Bay Glory at 2 p.m., followed by the men against Green Bay Glory at 6 p.m. Nice when it can be the same clubs competing in the doubleheader. I'm sure logistically Green Bay, with that 3.5, 4 hour drive they've got to make, really appreciates synergy of that. We got a foul. It's going to be a free kick. I think it's Wilson who's down. J.J. Ruane tweaking a few things, it looks like, tactically. I think he's telling his team he wants them to defend in a 4-4-2. So that'll see Suptela drop back a bit on the right side. So more of a 4-4-1-1 than a 4-4-2 maybe, as this is all the way through. Haskell! Oh my. Should have been an easy gather for Haskell. It went off her fingertips. And in the end, at least for now, all that it's given up is a corner. It's not a big mistake, but it's created an opportunity late here for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Caden Screama to take. Screama will take it short. Wojcik couldn't do anything with it. It's just a throw-in the end. And once again, the corner kicks have left a lot to be desired for the visitors today. Throw-in flick to the middle. Fjeldsted away into the visiting bench. Trying to turn inside is Cameron Reese. Still Reese to the end line as she won a corner she has. Off of Skylar Reese, who I'm going to conclude no relation based on the different spellings of the last names. Screama over again to take this left-footed. Screama toward the far post. Heads go up, headed away by Skylar Reese. Will it fall for a shot? Not yet. Wojcik sees her shot blocked. Away by Olivia Chianelli. It's been a good defensive performance today for Chicago House, all told. Toward the middle and away by Suptela. Champagne. Bolus. There's Kate Downs trying to flick it down the line with the outside of her boot. Couldn't manage that. It's a throw-in with 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Can Chicago House hold on? Can they find a goal for what would be a pretty stunning upset in context? His throw-in is taking a moment as this is not a new trick. The ball kids suddenly being sparse and extra balls not being readily available. As Downs just slams that off of Suptela. Looks like she's all right. Suptela in the wars there with Wilson. Referee says play on as it's launched forward by Fjeldsted. And House will try to flip the field here. Crone, lots of space on the far side for Bolus. Here comes Suptela. Away to Chianelli. Fjeldsted immediately looking forward. Tabor wins the header. Stadler was caught on it a bit by Fornelli. She couldn't keep it in play. It's a throw-in for the visitors. Time ticking away. Reese couldn't flick it forward. Great navigation by Cisneros. Chianelli. Rossi on her left foot. Rossi takes the shot on. Might have had better options, but there haven't been many looks today, and given that she's left-footed, pretty clearly from that, she decided not to go to the right where there was some space. Late change here for Torrent. Lainey Higgins, the captain, is back in. She replaces, looks like she's gonna replace Sarah Stadler. And Hernandez is now out at right wing back. Higgins, first time ball forward. Header won by Cwik. Cisneros able to turn and find DaSilva. DaSilva ran into just a wall of blue there. It's won away by Downs. And here's Wojcik. Back forward, Suptela, no one there, but it's anywhere will do time now for Chicago House. Champagne forward. That's flicked on. And Skylar Reese, again, straight out of play. Nice first touch there by the ball kid on the far side. They're going to make another change here, Milwaukee Torrent, and they're going to bring back Ashlyn Skinner-Barrett. Who's played more minutes than just about anybody today. For the visitors, she replaces Caden Screama. We'll go over to that left side. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Wilson, Wojcik into the area, Cwik away. Fjeldsted got caught on it and then got it back. Well done. DaSilva couldn't find a teammate. Almost a head collision there. Luckily, Fjeldsted and Skinner Barrett both got out of the way of each other. Rossi putting the pressure here on Bolus. Back for Crone. Fjeldsted wins the header. DaSilva trying to get there first, beaten to it by Bolus. Fjeldsted again, Suptela. Fjeldsted, wall pass back to Suptela. House looking for a late push. Champagne away. Can House turn and go? Chianelli not giving up the fight. Hernandez sliding in. Went Chianelli, it's a throw in. Into the 90th minute. Skylar Reese away. 3 minutes are going to be added on at the end of the game. 3 minutes. And JJ Ruane, I think, thinks that's too much. Tabor. Hernandez lining up the cross. Hernandez into the near post. Huge effort there by, I think it was Fjeldsted. DaSilva trying to get away and gets it out to midfield, and Champagne recollects. Bolus. Wojcik, Downs. Skinner Barrett. Into the area, looking for Hernandez, across goal, swing and a miss. The offside flag was up anyway, and it spares the blushes of Cameron Reese, who, if that flag stays down, would have probably felt a pit in her stomach about not finishing that off.
Brooklyn, how are we doing on weather?
And this would be the time of game where somebody might wait to take a yellow. Instead, Skylar Reese will send it forward, looking for Cisneros. Instead, it's straight out of play. There's a complaint today for House. It's that on those restarts from the goal kicks, they haven't been able to build anything off of those, and it's often been turned right back over. Speaking of which, Cisneros knocks this forward. And now here goes Rossi on the chase. Rossi has not much help. Cisneros inside of her. Rossi, Cisneros, it was Downs flying in to clear. Good emergency defending by the Marquette senior. Just over a minute played of a minimum of 3. Can House steal this? Rossi. Richards, her cross toward goal, and Crone had to just secure it in the end. I don't know if we'll count that as a shot on target. I guess it was. Which, by that metric, the shot on goal count is 2-0 in favor of House. Milwaukee Torrent are not going to be happy with how they've played today, certainly. The fact that they did not get Abby Haskell to make a single save in this match to this point. Again, House have defended well. There's certainly some credit to them, but this has not been crisp by any measure for the visitors today. And they are on the verge of not winning for the first time in 2 years. Free kick for House here as we're into the third of a minimum of 3 added minutes. Again, it would be a draw that feels like a win for one team and a draw that feels like a loss for the other. Skylar Reese to hammer this forward. Tabor back ahead. Can Cam Reese keep this in? She can't. Skylar Reese sees it out. It's a House throw-in. Oh, yes, it is a House throw-in. Lauren Richards to restart play. 15 seconds of the minimum of 3 added minutes left to play. Flicked on, Rossi knocks it ahead. Back forward by Champagne. Can Chianelli win it? Not quite. Hernandez. Taken back by Cisneros. Can DaSilva get there? Yes. Fjeldsted sends it long. This is going to be the last sequence of the game, you'd think. Crone comes out to clear. We've played the 3 minutes. Bouncing ball. Someone's got to claim it. Fornelli does eventually. Referee whistled to his lips. And he blows for full time. And for the first time in 2 years, Milwaukee Torrent failed to win in the WPSL. At the end of the game, it is Chicago House 0, FC Milwaukee Torrent 0. The first non-win of the year for the defending league champions. Chicago House get their first draw of the season. They'll take that in the standings and move forward with it. A confidence-building afternoon, I think you'd have to say, for the home side. We'll look to get some thoughts from the field before we get out of here. That's the end of game action, but stick with us here. We're not quite done. Post-game time here on Recruitlings.
Hi, my name is Brian Koenig. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Max Heads custom kick drum heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head. Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Langhorst Field, down on the field after Chicago House's 0-0 draw with FC Milwaukee Torrent. I'm Alex Campbell, and I'm joined by House captain today, Skylar Reese. Skylar, initial reactions getting a draw against a team who had beaten every opponent for the last 2 seasons.
I'm really just proud of the team. I think everyone committed and came in and dealt with the rain and really just took responsibility for their own individual battle. And I think as a team, we really came together, and I'm really just proud of the team for that.
I think, from my view, I think you had more clearances than anybody else out there today. What was today's game like from your vantage point, based on the way Milwaukee were trying to get that ball in from the wings and the way you guys were able to stay pretty compact?
Yeah, kind of like you said, we knew coming in that a lot of their goals are coming from across, so we knew that they wanted to get the ball in from the wing. So I think letting our outside players do the defending, and then from my standpoint, just making sure I was in the right spot when I needed to be to make sure that there wasn't any really great chance that came out of it.
Beyond just today's game, you're one of 2 recent college graduates on a roster that is otherwise college and high school students. What do you view your leadership role as on this team, and what does it mean to you to wear the armband? I'm really just a reflection of my teammates too. I think being a college graduate, I've been through a lot of the same things that my teammates have. So coming from that, I'm very much be the teammate that maybe I wanted a couple years ago, and that's kind of just been my mentality toward it. Another big test coming up next week against Green Bay Glory. What do you think's the biggest thing you guys are going to take away from today's match?
I think today's match was all about grit. So I think we really showed ourselves that we can compete at a very high level, and we can compete and play with each other. But then I think going into next match, it'll be about keeping the ball a bit more and creating a few more chances.
Well, we'll look forward to it again. It's 2 p.m. on Father's Day next Sunday here on Recruitlings live from Langhorst Field. Skylar, congrats on the draw and good luck.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it for coverage of this game, but the men's game is coming up. Kickoff at 7 p.m. Join us pregame for that as they take on DeKalb County United here on Pride Night for Chicago House AC. We'll be back live on YouTube in a little bit.